So today video I'm going to make an chocolate bar out of my cocoa beans. I got these beautiful beans a few months back, and as you can see it's really nice now. I clean it up, I remove all the bad beans, and I put it sit aside so I can just throw that one away. So this is the nice one that I'm going to roast it, and we are going to process now roasting. Going to start our processing of roasting. I have two ways of processing of roasting of my beans. So I start with the oven first. I set up my oven into 154C first, and then I'm going to put that up once I put in the beans. Okay, so here is I prepared the beans right now, and I'm going to put this one in the oven in the middle. Okay, so I close it up and I put it about just 15 minutes, and I'm gonna put it about 120. Yeah, so my dog is showing up, so it's great. The second processing of the roasting, I'm going to use the pan. So I set up my flame into the medium, just medium. And I put my pan just to heat it up, and once I feel hot now I can decide to put my cocoa beans. So the roasting process of this one, I'm gonna do it the same time, and I will just keep turning because it's important this one to turn so you don't burn. Okay, you must just keep stirring so it doesn't get burned. As you can see, it's changing now, the color. It's the same in the oven, you have to keep stirring too. So after roasting, you have to keep this one in the cool place about 5 minutes. As you can see, the color knob of these beans looks really different. So that is the nice roast, and you can see the another one as well. The another one is also looking good, as you can see. Okay, so that is another one roasted in the oven. But if you feel free that your 15 minutes is not enough, don't be afraid to add another 5 minutes and keep stirring. And after roasting, you have to cool it down so we can peel it off the skin later. So when it cool, the next process is we're going to remove the skin one by one. This is the perfect time if you have an afternoon time and a free time. This is the one that you can do it. It's nice because it's not messy. You can see it. You can even peel off just the whole one and then crush it later. Compared to another process that I'm going to show you later, is a little bit messy. So we continue until we finish, just like that. Very simple, very easy. The second method is you put this one here in the plastic bag, okay, and then we can seal it. And what you do, you get a rolling pin and you crush it like that. So you have to crush that one by one until it's fine. So just like that. Alright, it's getting there. Probably in the other people, maybe this one is the easy way to do this. But it's very fun to do this. And you know, it smells too lovely in the house. I love it. Smell like the chocolates. Alright, so that is done. So after you crush, we have this one. As you can see, that's the crush that we did, and you're gonna need a blower. Okay, so you're gonna need a blower, and like just like that, as you can see. It's off. Just wait. It's just like that, so it's easy to remove, as you can see. Yeah, so it's perfect. Then you need a cleaning like that, so it's much more easy. It's very fun to do this. You see, it's coming out. Now I'm ready to grind my beans. But as you can see, this is a very clean one. It's done by hand to remove the skin off. And the good thing with this one is because at least you know exactly that your beans is very clean. And if something like there's some beans that are mold like that, and you can see it, and then at least you get a chance to throw it, and really knows that your chocolate will be in the very good condition. So I'm going to show you the other one. Okay, so this one is actually quite fun to do this. This is done with the crushing with the rolling pin, and then blowing up with the hair dryer. Okay, so but the fun with this one is just too much messy, so you have to do it outside actually, but it's very nice to do, and it's very quick. The other one that you do with your hand, oh, it takes too long, and you can spend by hours and hours to do that one, but it's really worth it to do it. But if you got no patience, I got lots of patience, so it's fine for me. So if you got no patience, this one is the very best one for you, for sure. Now all we have to do is to blend our beans. Okay, so I prepare this one now. I think I must put this one first, this big one. Right, so I want to process that one first. Okay, it's so nice, smell too lovely, and we add this one. Okay, I got almost about 300 grams of cocoa mass. So I want to put this one all, so it can process all together, just like that. Just like in a coffee. Alright. So I got a sugar here. It's a brown sugar. I'm going to add this one here too. This one is a 50%, what I mean is a 50 grams, because I'm looking for about all 30% sugar. So I'm adding an half of this sugar. Okay, so now I'm gonna add an icing sugar. Okay, this one is about 40 grams. So the total of the sugar is about 30% of cocoa mass that I made. This is for to have a 70% of chocolate, dark chocolate. So I just do that one, everything. Just let me close. So here we are going to transfer the cocoa bean that we blender, and this one is a wooden pestle. Actually I got a marble pestle like this, but I'm not going to use it because it's too small. So I decided this one to use it, even I know that my chocolate can be flavor of like an spices, because you know, as you know, this wood normally, when it is in touch with the chocolate normally absorb all the flavor that whatever's inside. But anyway, I'm not so worried on that, because there is even chocolates that are got an spices like a chili. So now we're going to, I'm gonna put this one here. I'm gonna put this here because it's a much bigger pestle, because if we're gonna leave it here in the oven, it's not going to work. So we put there slowly first, and then what we do is we crush this one slowly. It can take an hours and hours to do this one, to make it really fine and soft. So what we do is we add an cocoa butter. This cocoa butter, it normally comes with the cocoa bean, but it comes by the blocks. You can buy it, and you just melt it and just pour it here to help it dissolve in, to help it melted all the chocolates quicker. So this will help. And the best thing to do, I think, is to work this one outside of the house, because you know, outside of the house is much hotter, so, and the chocolate need a heat to melt it. So for me, because I'm using this one inside the house, I'm gonna use a blower. Okay, so I'm gonna use this blower from time to time. I'm just going to do like that. To really melt this one. Okay, let's fast forward this. As you can see here, the oil is coming out now, as you can see. If we just continue pounding, and then this one will become really smooth, because what happened, the cocoa beans got a 50% fat and a 50% of chocolate. So when we continue, it will become more very thin, like a chocolate. So I think I'm gonna leave this one for now, because I think I'll leave this one up to tomorrow, and because I think it's just too much for one day. Some people normally do this one up to 72 hours, so it means it's about almost 3 days. But if you have the machine like the one that even the small machine that they normally use for the chocolate making, the one that got a rolling is something like a rolling pin. It's like on the wheels that just carry on grinding all night, all day. But I don't have that one because I'm home and this tutorial is homemade, so let's just struggle and have a good hand.